Today's mental model is called the MRI, or the most respectful interpretation. But let me start with empathy first. Empathy, which is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is an essential trait which makes us human. Empathy is essential for navigating personal and professional relationships. I'm sure we're empathetic in our personal life, but in the business world, if we don't understand our customer, their feelings, their needs, how can we offer them the right product or service? In our workplaces, if we're not empathetic to our manager, how can we manage and meet their expectations? If we don't have empathy for our direct reports, how will we encourage them to share their best ideas, to speak out, to help us improve and be more efficient? We won't be able to build trust or a good team, and if we're not a good team, we cannot overcome the business challenges. Now that we've established that empathy is important not only in personal life but also professionally, how do we get more empathetic? That brings us to today's mental model, which is called MRI, or the most respectful interpretation. It simply means giving people the benefit of the doubt, seeing the glass half full, assuming positive intent. In one of my jobs, a senior leader once told me that we have a culture of assuming positive intent in this organization. We give people the benefit of the doubt. We're assuming that they're trying to do the right thing. And that's what this mental model of MRI is all about, because we can interpret the actions of others in several ways, and then our reaction can either be good or bad. When we're using MRI, or the most respectful interpretation, we interpret the actions of others in the most respectful way possible. For example, let's say you're driving down the road, you're following the speed limit, doing everything right, but suddenly someone comes up behind you and starts honking the horn. It's clear that they want you to get out of the way. Now you have two choices. You can get upset, that can potentially turn into a road rage incident, or you can use the MRI approach, give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe their family member is in a medical emergency and they're rushing to support their family member. That could be the most respectful interpretation. Or maybe for some other reason they're having a terrible day, and by using the MRI you avoided an incident and potentially making someone's day even worse. Another scenario, very common. Let's say you've asked your employee to prepare a presentation and show it to you the next day. The next day comes, but they don't come to you on time. If you're using the MRI approach here, you might think that maybe they got pulled into a more pressing issue, or perhaps they're just trying their best to add some extra finishing touches to the presentation to really impress you and exceed your expectations. So using MRI, instead of following up with them in a bitter manner, you might have a more inquisitive approach. You're at least giving them an opportunity to explain themselves instead of blaming them. And in doing so, you build credibility, you build more trust with your team, and thus you build stronger relationships. So that's MRI, the most respectful interpretation. In tomorrow's video, I will share another mental model used for giving people the benefit of the doubt, and it's called Hanlon's razor. So let's meet again tomorrow.